So guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another live. So we have been doing these live sessions for the last few days. I mean, at least since the beginning of the Champions Trophy. And today there was unfortunately there was almost no one of our team who was available, to join the live with me. And even I would have wanted to skip the live today because I am not feeling well personally. But I came here and I joined just for you guys, because uh, we had such an incredible match. We had such an incredible game. So it's a criminal offense to not talk about this game, especially given that the importance of the game has been, increased manifold since the washout yesterday at Rawalpindi. So the today's match was at Lahore. So I mean, I did not know the venue, but when I was watching the match, when I was watching England bat, I saw the Badshahi Mosque in the background. When the camera was panning out of the studio. So that's how I realized that it's Lahore today. So anyways, it's a good venue, and Lahore is a lovely city. And anyways, coming back to the game. So today was Afghanistan versus England, and the importance of this game has increased, many folds because yesterday, since the spoils were shared between Australia and South Africa, both of them are now at 3 points each, with South Africa at a better run rate. So South Africa is at number one, Australia at number two, and then they have both played two games. England and Afghanistan were, one game and one loss, each. I think with probably England having a better net run rate, or maybe South Africa, or maybe Afghanistan. I don't remember that at this point of time. So the equation was very clear. Like either any of, I mean, either Australia or South Africa could go through, or maybe both of them could go through. And also, if any of these teams, Afghanistan or England, if either of them can win both of their next two games, like Afghanistan, if Afghanistan won today versus England, just like Afghanistan, I mean, they won today versus England. So if they win the next day versus Australia, and had England won today and had England won against South Africa, so I mean that would have made them, qualify because the rain had cut off 1 point from both the teams. So I mean, there was a lot more fun in this group, and this group had seemed much more competitive than the other one, where we have had like clear cut qualifiers after round two, but this is going till the wire. This is going into round three with no one knowing who will qualify and who won't. So, anyways, so Afghanistan, they won the toss and they chose to bat first. Uh, and it was, I mean, initially yesterday we were saying that Gurbaz is the key man. Gurbaz is the X factor for this Afghan team, and unfortunately Gurbaz scored a paltry 6 of 15, and then uh, Sadiqullah Atal, he also scored a meager 4 from 4 balls, and Rahmat 9 4 from 9 balls. So and they were down to something at around 37 for 3 after 8.5 overs. So, but the only exception, the man who stood tall amongst all odds today, is Ibrahim Zadran, the other opener, the person at number two. What a fabulous innings! What a fabulous innings under pressure when he knew he had to deliver. He knew the team's X factor was gone. It's like, uh, kind of, if I give a similar context, it's kind of like Rohit Sharma failing to, you know, uh, Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, and Shreyas Iyer, failing to show up on the match day. I mean, in terms of their form, and then Shubman Gill has to take all the responsibility on himself with a scintillating century. So it's kind of like in a pressure game, a must-win game. So Ibrahim Zadran partnered with the captain Shahidi. Shahidi also scored a 40, a resilient 40 from 67. So Afghanistan have had, today they did not have like any perfect scores. So there was 177 of 146 balls, 12 boundaries, and six sixes from Ibrahim Zadran. It's like once in a lifetime innings. I think he's going to remember this match and this innings for the rest of his life. And then you have Shahidi. Shahidi scored a resilient 40 from 67 balls. And then you have Azmatullah and Nabi down the order, who also scored quick fire 40s. Azmatullah, with 41 from 31 deliveries, 1 4 and 3 6s. And Nabi also 40 from 24 deliveries, 2 4s and 3 6s. And that took the total, as we were seeing that on the Pakistani pitches, you need to score, you know, more number of runs so that you can, you know, uh, when you're defending, I mean, you have enough runs on the board. You need to make sure that you have enough runs on the board to defend. I mean, like unless you have maybe a generational bowling attack, because these pitches do not actually have much to offer to the bowlers. So, anyways, coming back to the game, so yeah, so Afghanistan posted a total of 325 for 7 wickets, and that was fabulous. So, guys, if anyone is watching, please comment. I mean, if you comment, if you interact, then it will be easy for me to take this live forward. If not, if you're, I mean, like, if you just want to sit back and enjoy the show, then that is also fine. I'll leave it up to you. Anyways, just give me a minute. I'll uh, just need to look into something. Mm, yes. Anyways, I'll get back to it. Okay. So I see a couple of people are watching. So if you guys can drop some comments about the match, and if you have watched the match and how did you like it, so that would be great. Yeah, and in return, so England started the chase, and you know, we knew that it was going to be an uphill task. We knew that it was going to be tricky. And England started with Philip Salt and Ben Duckett as usual at the top. Ben Duckett is a man in fine form, a tremendous 165 or 166 in the last game. That went in vain, so he would definitely have liked to make a mark today. And Ben Duckett started strongly. He scored 38 from 45 before being dismissed by Rashid Khan. And then Philip Salt was bowled by Azmatullah. I mean, another guy you have to talk about today is Azmatullah. Anyways, I'll come to Azmatullah later. And also in the Afghanistan innings, I mean, you must talk about Jofra Archer, except for the last couple of overs where he was smashed out of the park multiple times by Ibrahim Zadran. Uh, yeah, anyways, coming back to this game. Yeah, coming back to the second inning. So Philip Salt scored a dismal 12 of 13 balls with just two boundaries. And then, I mean, there was a lot of anticipation about Jamie Smith coming into the squad, route sacrificing his favorite number three spot and slipping down one further spot to, number four. And Jamie Smith also scored a dismal 9 of 13. And just give me a minute. I think someone of our team wants to join. Yeah, Abhishek wants to join. Just give me a minute. Yeah. Anyways, so at number four was Joe Root, who scored a resilient 120 of 111 balls, 11 fours and 1 6, and then Harry Brook with 25, Josh Butler with some little contributions, Josh Butler, Jamie Overton towards the end, and then however it was not enough. I mean, like Afghanistan dropped a couple of catches, and then they missed one or two runouts, but then it was not enough at all, because I think, I mean, this England team, I think it's not about the quality of players. I think personally, this England team lacks character, and they lost, you know, by 8 runs in the end. As long as Jofra Archer was there, Jofra Archer is a big hitter of the balls. As long as Jamie Overton, Jofra Archer was there was a lot of hope that maybe they can pull it off. But then, unfortunately, towards the end, uh, it was. I mean, all Afghanistan. I mean, they delivered a spirited performance, and I think that one match and that one game against I think that was Australia against Australia. Yeah, who can forget that Maxwell 201 against Afghanistan 91 for 7, and then he and Pat Cummins single-handedly chased down uh, Pat Cummins and played an excellent support cast, and then he and Maxwell, a generational innings, probably one of the finest ODI innings that has ever been played. I mean, besides Kapil Dev's 175 not out against Zimbabwe in the 1983 World Cup. Yeah, so I think this has to be. I mean, anyways, so as I was saying, so it was I mean, like I think Afghanistan has learned a lot of lessons from that particular game. Yeah, I mean they had a tremendous heartbreak. They had a chance to qualify for the ODI World Cup semi-finals, and one that could have gone down in the history books. And then they did that. They did not drop the opportunity in the T20 World Cup. They did qualify to the semis, and guys, yeah, I'm sorry for the interruption. Actually, there are a couple of guys who are waiting at the back, and there is someone in the back end who's supposed to let them in, but I mean, there is some technical problem, so they're trying to join. So that is why I'm a bit distracted. So I hope you forgive me for that. So guys, if you're watching, please, drop your comments because it's very boring. I feel very lonely talking to myself in the camera for 15 and 10, 15 minutes alone. So I think yeah, so it was a very spirited performance from Afghanistan today, and I think they have learned a lot of lessons from that particular match. So, yeah, I mean, they showed character. I mean, they did not crumble under pressure. I mean, there was a point when Root and Overton towards the end. I mean, Root and Butler. Then I think it was Root and Jamie Overton, and then Root and then Jamie Overton and Joe Archer also at one point threatened to take the game away from from Afghanistan, but they showed immense character, and I mean, you must appreciate that. So, and as I was saying that I believe that they have learned a lot from their heartbreak in the 2023 World Cup. I mean, being sloppy in the field, dropping a couple of catches of Maxwell when he was on 7 or 8 or something, and then he went on to chase down the Mammoth target of 291. So that's what I was talking about. A spirited performance by Afghanistan today, Abhishek.
Absolutely. I think if we talk about, I think there are 3 wickets down in the power play, and the way they went to score around 320, I think that speaks volumes. A brilliant innings by Zadran, yeah, Ibrahim Zadran, who was, like we were discussing in the previous lives also, that he doesn't have that striking ability, and he clearly mainly plays the anchor role, but the kind of strike rate with which he played today shows he showed great grit and determination. And of course, I think what a win. And I think to be honest, it was expected on the cards the way England team was playing with the bat and ball. I think mostly it was expected on the cards, and yeah, I think they bowled very well. And the exception of Root, none of the batters could to realize on the start they got. Butler got on 36, Duckett got out on 30s,
Right.
so they got dismissed very crucial times where they could have taken the match away from Afghanistan, but they couldn't.
Exactly. Exactly. I think probably just because it is England versus Afghanistan, I don't think we have a lot of viewers watching. But I mean, if someone as a cricket fan has watched this match, I mean, it's I think it's one for the ages.
Absolutely, and I think now we cannot call Afghanistan winning against the top 5 or 6 team upset,
No,
because
I mean,
the
I
way
mean,
they are
not,
they are
not not
playing.
at least in white ball tournament, and now the way they have troubled the top teams in
Hmm,
the last few ICC tournaments, I think that Afghanistan, you know, are the next big thing in cricket. I mean,
absolutely,
we have talked a
absolutely,
lot of, we have talked a lot about Pakistan. I mean, the decline of Pakistan. We've talked a lot about the hype the Bangladesh team had generated after the 2007 World Cup when they beat India, but then they could not live up to that expectation. I mean, they performed well for the next couple of years or something, but then they could not live up to the expectation. And then now that the generation of Mohammad Ashraful, Tamim Iqbal, and the other guy, Mahmudullah, Mustafizur Rahman, Shakib Al Hassan. So now that that old generation of Bangladesh cricket it's fading away. I think Bangladesh cricket is also again heading back, you know, uh, in time or in terms of development. But I think
absolutely.
Afghanistan they have done a phenomenal job. I mean, to be a country at war, constantly at war, or I mean, in a I would say in a controversial political situation, to be safe. So I think they have done amazingly well, and the way they have troubled. I mean the way they have troubled the big teams. I mean, although they have not won against India yet, but I mean the way they have troubled. I think it was probably
India
England.
normally has a better advantage against Afghanistan. But yeah, normally they have a knack of troubling these teams: England, Pakistan, Australia.
Australia,
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, now it's an open group. I mean, you can see South Africa, Afghanistan qualifying. You can see Australia, South Africa qualifying, and you can also, but I don't.
absolutely.
Yeah, but can you see South Africa and no? Can you see Australia and Afghanistan qualifying? I
If
think
England
probably.
loses, if England beats South Africa, but that also
I think
will
there
also boil down to
there
the
could
run
be
rate.
run rate. Yes. I think all three possibilities are now open. And definitely, I mean, like as a cricket fan, although I mean, some people might still say that it will be an unbalanced, you know, semi-final for the team. I mean, it will be an advantage for the team who is playing Afghanistan in the semi-final. But you know, if Afghanistan qualifies as the second best team in the tournament of the group, and India qualifies as the first best, and if Afghanistan plays in Dubai, or somehow Afghanistan is playing in Dubai in the semi-final, I mean, I see them having at least a 40% chance of making it to the final.
Absolutely, absolutely. Considering the yeah, absolutely. And because you have to see that they are playing on these tracks where it doesn't spin a lot at all, and there's no like help for the spinners. And
Yeah, I mean, like,
still they managed to win.
yeah,
320 was not a safe score on this pitch, I would say,
yeah,
considering the way Australia.
today, and also today, Nabi and Rashid were completely out of form. I mean, so, I mean, I think the pitch in Dubai will suit them pretty well. So, I mean,
Yes, yes,
it,
and today the match was played in Pakistan. That's why I think they have won this. That like they have won the match went to this close. But if it played in India or somewhere, I think they could have won by 70, 80 runs. Uh,
exactly, exactly.
yeah.
But then, do you think on an Indian pitch, Afghanistan would be able to amass a score of 320 after a
No,
collapse of
because
37 for 3?
England's bowling was is very weak, right? So I think in any pitch, I think since the bowling is too weak and only one proper spinner is there, Adil Rashid. I think they could have done that. I think at least not even if not 320, I think 270, 280 at least. Yeah, because England have continuously bowling have shown like disappointed us a lot,
Yeah, I
especially
know.
the likes of Archer and Wood. Like those are experienced bowlers. They played the 2019 World Cup. They've been playing for 6 7 years, and
Yeah,
if they
and
disappoint,
Archer. Yeah, it's very disappointing. I mean, like Archer in the first spell was lethal, but then when he came in the death overs, I mean, like Ibrahim
yes,
Zadran just took him apart. And also
absolutely.
there is another thing that I was seeing, that Archer has he has the attitude of Hardik Pandya when he comes out to bowl or when he comes out to bat, but he does not possess the qualities of Hardik
Performance
Pandya. Neither,
qualities.
yeah, yeah, he does not have the performances in recent years to back it up, to
No,
back
if
his
you talk
attitude.
about Archer's whole career, apart from the 2019 World Cup and that Ashes, I don't recall anything that Archer has done to the England side. Like it's all up to big name and no rewards on no performance. It's like that with the case of Archer, I would say.
Yes, yes, that
What
is the
what are
problem.
your thoughts on that?
I mean, like I think probably I mean he should probably first perform a bit more than I mean in today's day of social media. I mean, we have this thing of hyping a player at very early stage so much that I mean, like I think that ruins the mind space, or that can have a negative impact on the player. I mean, we have seen this in different sports in recent years. So I mean, I will give you an example for football from football. So in 2020, when Messi was still playing in Barcelona, there was a young guy called Ansu Fati. So he was said to be the successor of Lionel Messi after Messi would leave or retire from football, or he would leave Barcelona. And Ansu Fati was given the number 10 for Barcelona. For Barcelona after the season Messi left. And then, I mean, like his career has only gone downhill.
Absolutely.
I mean, last year he was playing if, on loan at Brighton, and even there he was not getting proper chances. So imagine playing in a mid tier club, and once you are being compared to one of the greats of the game, and
Game.
you know yeah, exactly, exactly. So I think this has happened in sports. This has happened multiple times, and I think this needs to stop. And also, if you take an example of tennis, for example, I mean, like people started hyping Carlos Alcaraz, and then
With
Stefanos
the likes of
Tsitsipas.
Federer and with
Yeah,
lights of Federer and Djokovic.
yeah, exactly. With the likes of Federer, Djokovic, and Nadal. I mean, like everyone was saying that Carlos Alcaraz is the next, Nadal. And then I mean, like he's a phenomenal player, no doubt. I mean, he's still performing. Thankfully, I hope he performs. I hope he can live up to the expectation. But then, I think after a phenomenal season, he suddenly slipped to an injured Djokovic in the Olympic final.
Hmm.
So I think I mean this I mean I don't I mean like maybe we are hyping players too much. I mean there is a lot of social media, people can see a lot of good and bad
Yes,
content about themselves. And take the example of Prithvi Shaw for himself. I mean,
he was compared to Sehwag, Tendulkar, and Lada, the combination of three, and now where he
exactly,
is.
exactly.
Especially the likes of Gill also. He was once touted to be Kohli, but now it's a long, long way to go. Like there is a like if you
I
talk
mean,
more about cricket, yeah,
yeah,
specifically there is
Gill,
a
yeah,
compare. Yeah,
but but the good thing about Gill is that at least he has his head down and he's still focusing. I mean, he's
he's
still
still
trying to
focusing.
yeah, he's still focused in the game. But a lot of
Especially
other
at least
players,
in
they
ODI cricket, the at least in ODI cricket he is showing signs.
yeah,
Yeah,
hopefully,
Test cricket he has a lot to perform.
yeah,
But
hopefully
yeah,
in Test he will get back the mojo in England series. Hopefully, I mean,
there is a thing in subcontinent especially that if one player starts doing well, like if in Pakistan it is very common. If you talk, if any player will start doing well, they will start comparing it with Virat Kohli. At one
yeah,
time it was Omar Akmal, then Ahmad Shahzad, one point of time,
yeah.
and
Can you
then
imagine? I mean, at this point, can you imagine Babar Azam being compared as an all-format player to Virat Kohli?
that's a great disgrace. I think if Virat Kohli is compared to Babar Azam. I think that's but since yeah,
Yeah,
so that's what
just because you play more series against Zimbabwe and you have more runs against the smaller teams and you have more runs against these
I think
players.
Virat Kohli has. I don't remember the last time Virat Kohli played a series against Zimbabwe. It didn't come to my mind. He normally drops those series. He can
Exactly,
easily play those series and catch up a lot of runs.
exactly. I mean, like
But
if he wanted to stat pad, then probably I mean that would have been the best thing to do.
yeah, just
And,
because of some yeah,
yeah, and also I was just remembering about since the game today's game is about Afghanistan. I mean, like if you remember that just before the T20 World Cup, 6 months before the T20 World Cup, India had a series where Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma made a comeback to the Indian T20 side after
hmm,
1 year hiatus. So in that one game, in the third T20I, when the series was done and dusted, India scored 212 or something, courtesy of Rohit Sharma's brilliant century in the third match. And then
hmm,
Afghanistan somehow pulled it back and they pulled the match into a super over.
super
The
over
super over was
exactly.
also tied. And then they again had to play another super over, and then finally India got through.
Hmm.
So I mean, I think their story of going upwards probably has started like couple of years before it came to the limelight. I mean, like they
Yes,
have been
absolutely.
trying. I mean, they were close to winning a lot of matches, but then they were not able to finish it. They probably did not have the nerves. But I think probably Afghanistan is taking the place of. I mean, definitely they are better than Bangladesh at this point, but probably they are you know threatening to take the place of Pakistan in
Definitely
the
better than Bangladesh, Pakistan.
yeah
Pakistan like they're going to
yeah I mean,
semi-final. Pakistan is getting knocked out in group stages. Like losing against USA also. So I think
that is what I was
one
saying. Like
second. I have a call. One second.
in the yeah. Yeah, so that is what I was saying, that in the first uh, in the first group, the matches, this the results were decided in the first two match days itself. But in Group B, the game is going down to the wire. The game is going down to the final match day, which is more exciting for the viewers to watch. For example, because we have Pakistan versus Bangladesh tomorrow. I mean, we will come live irrespective of whatever happens in that game, because we have promised that we will be live for every single match that is there. So I mean, we will come live tomorrow. So that is there. But the thing is that I mean, like tomorrow's match, I mean, from the tournament's perspective, does not hold any value. Maybe I mean it will be something for Bangladesh. Something positive will be there for Bangladesh to take, or something positive will be there for Pakistan to take if they win the match. So yeah, that is the thing. So, anyways, we don't have any comments right now. I will probably close the show anytime now. So I will just ask. You know,
So what was the
I,
discussion going on?
yeah, no, no, I was just saying that probably,
Yeah, today
what do you,
I'm a bit shocked that not a single comment came. Are,
yeah,
so
yeah,
are they not?
I think a lot of people did not watch the match because it is England versus Afghanistan. Uh, and
No,
that is what I was saying, that in the first group, I mean, you got the result. I mean, you knew who were going to be the semi-finalists in match day one and match day. I mean, by match day two, you knew who were going to be the semi-finalists. I mean, on the type of game that Bangladesh and Pakistan played in game one, I mean, it was kind of 80% you were sure that it was going to be, India and New Zealand in the semi-finals. But in the second group, although Afghanistan lost by a huge margin, and although England could not defend 351 or something, there was a hope that there will be some competition in this group. And this group, the matches in this group, it's going down to the wire. It is going down to the final, you know, game of the, final match day of this group. But in the other group, it's already done and dusted. So tomorrow's game, although we will come live tomorrow, I mean, because we have promised that we will be live
it
on
will be
every
a
day.
matter of like restoring pride for Pakistan. Not pride,
Yeah,
but at
yeah,
least as
restoring pride, restoring faith, and I mean whatever positives you can take away from the tournament as hosts for Pakistan and also for Bangladesh. I mean, they have played well. They have played well against India. They have done
in
well
my view,
against.
Bangladesh deserved to win against Pakistan. The kind of way Bangladesh played
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the kind of way
against New
Pakistan
Zealand. Yeah,
played,
yeah. So
yeah,
Bangladesh will definitely want to
the
have
yes.
something
And had the
in hand.
match been played in Dubai, I think Bangladesh were the clear winners. I think the only issue is that the match is being played in Pakistan, so that would give Pakistan some chances and hopes.
Yeah, but then I mean, if Bangladesh could whitewash Pakistan in a test series in Pakistan, I don't see why they cannot beat them in a limited overs match in Pakistan.
Actually, yeah, it's true. But recently, I think Pakistan had the upper hand against Bangladesh most of the times they faced. So yeah, it can
Yeah, yeah,
happen.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, I mean, let's see. So,
So
anyways, if
yeah,
you don't
I'm
have
talking
any
based on
more
the
comments,
past records. Yeah, and I think yeah, just to say that now the two important groups remaining matches remaining are the I think Australia and Afghanistan. Though those that team the wins will qualify, and yeah, I think Sri Lanka, South Africa, and England also. So
and
these
also,
two are the important matches.
yeah, and also India, New Zealand to see like which team will
Which
be
team will come first? So
exactly.
if Afghanistan wins, then India would it would be the best for India to win the match and play the semi-final against Afghanistan. So I think India would be looking for that to get an easy semi-final compared to playing against Australia or South Africa.
Yeah, but probably, I would say from a from a neutral perspective, anyone would like in the India New Zealand semi-final. Sorry, an India New Zealand or India Australia final and India South Africa semi-final. I mean, from a neutral fans perspective, I'm saying.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyways, I think
But
it's almost 30 minutes, but there are no more comments. I mean, there are no comments today at all, so I'm a bit surprised. So
bit
probably we can
surprised,
wrap.
bit surprising.
Yeah, so probably we can wrap it up, Abhishek, today. I think uh,
Yeah.
maybe.
So we can tell Saptashi, we can message, and if we are watching, we can have any more comments. In 2 minutes, we're going to wrap up. So yeah, you can message our
Yeah,
people in the back end, because if they don't close the live
yeah,
will
yeah,
go
yeah.
on.
Yeah, like it happened on one day.
Yeah. So that is the issue. Otherwise, yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm calling him. Uh, just a second, just give me a second. Yeah, I have talked to him. So, anyways, whoever is watching, I mean, if anyone is watching, thank you guys for joining. I mean, we did not
Thank
have
you so much,
many
guys,
comments
for
today.
joining. We had
Yeah,
good sometimes we had a good number of views, but yeah. But anyways, I think it's
yeah,
fine. So we can talk about it more on the next matches to come. Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah. Looking
thank you
forward
so
to the
much.
dead
Thanks so
rubber.
much,
Yeah,
Rajat.
yeah. Thank you, Abhishek, for joining. Looking forward to the dead rubber tomorrow, Pakistan versus Bangladesh. Let's wrap it up. See you.
Thank you. See you. Yeah.